Hello, everybody. This is Matryoshka from DeSo here. And today I have with me not just a special guest, but somebody who I will later tell will become much more special. It's Ready Player One. Welcome.
Ooh, yeah, thanks for having me on, Matryoshka. And really cool initiative, making these videos and getting the community out there in video format for people to see in all its glory. So,
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And let me share the screen and show people who you are so they would see your profile. So this is Luca on Open Prosper. You can see that he has been here for 313 days. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And this is his page on the BitCloud. And you can see that he loves himself some fucked up cats.
That's my NFT of the day, NFT profile picture of the day. Actually, it's been probably a week or two. And you can check that all on chain. You can see last time I updated my profile.
That is so cool. I feel that it should be like the thing, the PFP or the daily PFP, whatever you called it. It's pretty cool.
Instead of outfit of the day, NFT of the day.
Yep.
NFT
a fun way to feature it.
Speaking of the profile pictures, I know there's a dip in progress or spearheaded by Brutal.
Yes, about the quality of profile pictures, which currently needs improvement.
Yeah, it's been seen and commented on the GitHub by Diamond Hands Natter. So
hopefully we'll be able to see our new daily profile pictures as in highest resolution as we can. Thank you for bringing this up.
Maybe one day there'll be NFTs too. I know there's a post a while back that may be made after she bought the DeSo Punk collab for, I forget how much, 300 or 400 DeSo, I think. It was like, we need NFT profile pictures.
Yeah.
We don't have it yet. So now Twitter has it. But you have to pay $3 for Twitter Blue. It's a little funny.
Yeah. Well, Luca, let me introduce you to people. And why don't you start by telling people how did you hear about DeSo or BitCloud back in the day? Because you joined almost a year ago.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those situations where if a lot of circumstances hadn't come together at the same time, probably would have no clue what the fuck. Sorry, excuse me, what the hell. BitCloud was. Even I probably wouldn't even know what DeSo was today. Because so obviously one factor is we're in the middle of a pandemic. I was a student just transferred to UC Santa Cruz, but vaccines were not out yet, at least not for general public, like my age group. So everything was online. I never even actually been to the campus before. So there's that, and the core. Oh, okay, we might have to do a restart. Can I go check out on that?
Go ahead.
But I feel totally fine doing it. Like I never miss it.
You're Ready Player One. I love that answer. So apparently, Luca's neighbor didn't get the memo that Luca was going to be doing an interview. So that was him at visiting Luca for some watermelon seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Luca, let's go back to where we got interrupted, where I was asking you how you got on DeSo, and you were telling that you were in school. It was COVID, no vaccine yet, and that's where we got interrupted.
Right. Nice summer. Okay. Yeah. So my first quarter at UC Santa Cruz, and everything was online. So I never actually been to the campus or anything. So obviously this gave me a lot of time, and then end of 2020, 2021 as well, gave me a lot of time to do some research on the side.
And what were you
first-
researching?
First, it was stocks, or like, so I for school, I'm a politics major, but so I'm very interested in how, on macro scale, how things are the interworkings of different pieces and how things are run. I'm never too interested on the business side of things, always fan of tech and stuff, but like during this time, being at home, being on the computer all the time, yeah, I got interested in like the stock, and mainly like the meme, all the stuff on Reddit, the meme stock, Wall Street bets, all that stuff, right? Which is kind of funny because I think Nader also said that the reason that they put out BitClout to investors and launched it when they did was kind of also sort of riding that populist investing wave where retail investor, a whole bunch of new people were jumping into stocks and also crypto. So yeah, I was also researching crypto. Not really like, I was not that, I didn't know anything really about the technology. I just found out places where you could buy it. And I also got interested in NBA Top Shot, which is these like NFTs that show moments from NBA games. You might have heard it. Actually, quite a few people who I found out later, found out about BitClout early, also ran in certain discords and stuff for Top Shot that I was in before that, maybe in like January and February before. So March comes around. I just finished my quarter at UC Santa Cruz. It's spring break. They're not going anywhere, not doing anything. So just more time to research on the research online. And at the same time, so my interest in stocks and this meme stock stuff, it also involved Robinhood and their CEO, Vlad Tenev, I think is his name. And I guess, okay, one other interesting point. My housemate is a huge Elon Musk fan and Tesla fan. Both my housemates have Teslas. And so there's also part of this huge run up in stocks was also the Tesla stock. So that was a big thing. So there's this one fateful night where Elon Musk goes on this app called Clubhouse and calls up to, and it was like right peak hype of Clubhouse. This is probably mid-February, end of February. And they just have this whole conversation about what happened and like Robinhood stopping trading for certain stocks because it's just fighting over there's this thing called short squeeze. And so first of all, that's how my first introduction to this new app called Clubhouse, which I found was like this pretty recent startup that happened in 2020. And then I found out it's invite only. And so I had to listen to this recording, like this janky recording on a website of somebody who recorded the Clubhouse thing. And then, but I was like, this Clubhouse thing is really interesting. Like, it's like live podcasting that people can join at any time, spark new conversations out of nowhere. So I knew I had to get on. And my housemate, so, one's a Tesla fan, but they actually both work together in a startup. Pretty cool. It's called Joppa. It's like they do smart parking. It's a really cool thing. I could tell you another time. But anyways, so they're pretty connected with like investors in the tech world. And my housemate, one of his investors had LinkedIn, invited him to this invite-only app called Clubhouse. And so I have found out about this thing. I was like, oh, this whole conversation went down with the Robinhood CEO and Elon Musk. I'm like, it's crazy. Have you heard of this thing called Clubhouse? He's like, yeah, I just got an invite like yesterday. I'm like, oh, send one my way. So if you see on my Clubhouse, the person who invited me is my housemate, who's the CEO of Joppa. And he's one of my good friends. So anyways, got on Clubhouse and instantly addicted because it's my week off on so see that all these things, this confluence of things, my week off, and yeah, I think the first day of my break was March 22nd, and I get on Clubhouse, and there's this thing, the room called "What the heck is BitClout?" or like, "What the fuck is it?"
Yeah.
Run by these two guys, Raj Lahoti, Thor Torrens, and there's a whole bunch of other people that were. Some are still here, like Anurag Kona was in that room. The Everything Store. Maybe Saul was in there. Michael Sullivan. Rodney, I think OX Rodney was in there. I think earlier in that day, Jake Udell was in that room. That's why it was still like a huge room. But it was one of the larger rooms on Clubhouse. And this was like peak Clubhouse hype mania. So I hopped in because I just been, I knew about NFTs a little bit. And there's also like a lot of NFT rooms and crypto rooms on Clubhouse. And I joined this room and forgot how. So I must have looked it up on Google while I was in the audience. And you try to go to bitclout.com and it's this black screen. This is on March 20th, black screen with a red thing. And I think there might have been a timer. Or it said like enter, you need to have it pass. Yeah, no, there's a timer first. And then when the timer ended, I think there was pass. I forget what the order was, but it was like locked, right? It was also password protected. So like same time, like really shady in a lot of ways. I was like, what the hell is this? But also I'm just like very curious. It felt like the Matrix or something like this, the way the black screen, it felt like some hacked together thing. I was like, what's behind this wall? Like and also there's this white paper out there. I don't even think it was attached to it's called like bitcloutwhitepaper.com. Like I wonder if it's still up there if you go to bitcloutwhitepaper.com. And it's the whole spiel. Like, what if you could ride the success of your favorite artist or creator? And like they showed Kim Kardashian and then Elon Musk coin, and I was like, holy shit! Like, what the hell? Like, this is daring. Like, this is probably very illegal, but it seems really crazy and interesting. And sure enough, for the next week straight of my spring break, literally probably spent 10 to 15 hours a day in rooms solely talking about BitClout. And like, yeah, there's this anonymous dev team. And so like leaks were trickling out for people who knew people who had maybe invested, or were like, we had one guy come in who was like, oh yeah, I invested in, that's how we first found out about Matter, was this guy's like, I invested in this guy's previous project, Diamond Hands. He's actually like, his last project didn't work out, but he's actually really trustworthy. He returned all of our investors' money, and it was out of his control. It was the SEC. Basically, I think he's told that story. You know that story. So like really like, and like nothing was confirmed, but you heard that, I don't know, Andreessen or all these venture capitalists, social capital, and then you go on and you see Andy Arts posting, like this guy who's a partner at Social Capital. You see all these fucking, sorry, we can maybe bleep those out.
It's okay. I put the channel as 18 plus, so it's for adults. So if Hunter is watching, sorry, kid.
So yeah, like all this confluence things. Also, like, yeah, this whole time, like, this is shady. But if it's not shady, then like, this feels like something insane. And also just, yeah, the amount of traffic of people coming through rooms being like, what the hell is this? And or like so many people, the one thing was like, so many people came like, I've had this idea for years. Like I've had like, I've always thought like, you should be able, your favorite Instagram creator, you should be able to ride their wave. If you knew about Billie Eilish, 3 years ago, or you knew about bands. Yeah. And yeah, which totally, right? Like you can easily think of that concept, like fans invest so much of their time and their energy and their money.
Yes, in the
Yeah.
the person that they love.
And
And
then,
go ahead.
so go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that you joined March 23 and you were in the room the day before, and like 4 days later it came to the Russian Clubhouse through the
Right.
series of how Clubhouse works. And then, I joined on the 27th, just like 4 days later, also being in the Clubhouse room and hearing that, and then spending a lot of time. And actually one of the first Clubhouse room I have gone to, you were speaking there, and I had no idea who you are, what you are, what you know, or anything, but just the way you were talking, and you already read the white paper and all of that, and just the way you were talking about this, it got me so excited. And just the way you were explaining it was also in such a way that I put the notifications right away for you to like notify me every time this person speaks, and not just like sometime, but like every time this person speaks, I want to know. And I had this on like my Clubhouse because it has been amazing, and learning those things was um, crazy, and getting into there through the special, when I was joining, it was just like that you had to have the special link and you had to follow it, because like you said, if you just went to website, it was all black with red letters on it. Yeah. It's been it's going to be a year in March. I cannot believe that it's been so long, because it seems that it's just been yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you pulled up my account and said like 312 or something.
13 days, yeah. Yeah,
So like
crazy.
less than a month. So let's see. Wait, no, that's not right.
In a little more than a month, you're going to be here. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, would you mind sharing some of the things that you have been doing there on the year? I know that you've been part of like some of the very interesting projects starting from the beginning of BitCloud. So, would you mind sharing a little bit of that?
Yeah, sure. So just a little tying into that, a little more context on this, that first week, and then going into April and then beyond. Like when I first joined Clubhouse, right? Like I was just a listener. I never really went on stages, maybe a couple times for like some different political discussions, but I probably followed a few hundred people and had 9 or maybe 13 people following me, right? And then twice maybe spoken on the stage with like 10 people there total, just like a friendly. But these rooms were crazy. There were like 600 people, and a lot of people coming and going. But like I definitely there was a crew of people that you could tell consistently coming back pretty quickly. You're pretty early on too, like the Krasensteins, a lot of guys and gals that aren't here anymore, but they played a role in the early history. Jeffrey David from Echo Smith,
Oh, yeah.
Scott Rosenberg, Diamond Cheeks, Michael Joseph.
Yeah.
Michael Joseph did the Big Cloud community rooms like in the late night sessions.
Yeah, with Ali Walker, I remember those. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And DOZ and Falsa Music. And we'd have late night just jam sessions, and people would buy their coin and other people would rug their coin. And I mean, that still goes on to this day, those shenanigans. But yeah, like within maybe a couple of months, I was speaking every day in rooms and had a few hundred people following me, which I barely had maybe 100 or 200 people outside of like Facebook or Instagram following anywhere. So it was big. Not only was I like devoting a lot of time to this, but it was also a big shift for me in like actually like putting myself out there, being in these public spaces. So tying into what projects and what things I've gotten involved with since the launch of BitClout. One of the first things was one of the early people I met, who's not around so much today, but he's really, really awesome guy who's an artist, I think out of Toronto. His name is GMF. I don't know if you remember GMF.
Yeah.
But he started a club on Clubhouse called beHODLers Creatives, as well as made a site for it. And so we started hosting some rooms together. Like I would help him with certain rooms every once in a while, and then sort of branched out from there, doing rooms, kind of reading out like the white paper, or exploring potential, bringing guests on to explore potential ways that you can monetize on beHODLers with this new creator coin thing that is attached
And
to
mind
it.
you, back in the day, we did not have diamonds. To everybody who's watching, there was no diamonds. There was no way.
Diamonds. First of all, the creator coins, you could only get a founder award initially if you hit an all-time high price in your coin price. Pretty quickly, they changed that.
Yes, thankfully. And there was also this issue. And when we just joined, your founder rewards was set at 0. So there were also other people buying in, and then, all this thing.
Definitely. Very early work in progress.
Yeah.
It's come a long way. So yeah, just educating people in rooms and things like that. Spent a lot of, and like I felt like an imposter initially, like, because I was learning things along the way and kind of reiterating to people. But yeah, a lot of really interesting conversations about blockchain in general, censorship, what kind of data should be permanently stored or not, whether the legalities of it, all that stuff. But then the first project that I got seriously involved with was kind of is also based out of Clubhouse, just being a Clubhouse room. I think a late night session, because like we had all these artists and creatives doing these like spontaneous jam sessions, and then Lauren Aparicio, she had a great name. I forget what it was, her first name that she had on. Oh, Click Clout.
Oh,
it's so good. But obviously she's a pretty serious actress and stuff, and had a brand to maintain. So she's like, if this thing ever gets big, I should probably have my full name on there. So yeah, Lauren Aparicio, she was like, what if we did like a talent show, like America's Got Talent, is that what it's called, or like X Factor, those type of shows, where we have a panel that are also, they're judges, but they're also investors, and we'll have contestants come up, and based on how they perform or whatever, and we had it so everyone got at least a minimum investment into their coin. And we also, like, it was also kind of an onboarding thing, like new artists, we teach them how to start their own profile and things like that and start getting them paid. But yeah, it was really cool. Artists would come up, like we had multiple shows throughout April and May, and I think our last one was in June. All right. You all right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we had
what was it
shows.
called?
Oh, yeah, I did all this explaining. I didn't even say what it's called yet. It's called Clout Factors. Originally, the first app, DeSo, was BitClout.
Yes.
So Clout Factor, kind of a mix of X Factor, blah, blah, blah. Really, 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 like, wonderful, genuine. Like, we teared up, like, as the team that produced it. Like, it was really cool. We got a logo made. We had a whole production meetings and teams, and some of the performance, and we had DJs and like people who would, Thor was our MC. It was really cool production. Oh, I forgot to mention Rick Wall is another guy from really instrumental, putting a lot of projects together. And yeah, really, really beautiful. We had all kinds of artists. We had singers. We had folk singers, like folk. Guitar. Yeah. We had a guy who did like art with Oculus headset, and then it's really cool. I think or a glitch, I think was his name. He like did multiple mediums, but like a former engineer did stuff like that. Yeah, all kinds of talented people. And yeah, I think we had Krasenstein on as guests. We had Michael Joseph was often like a part producer, part investor, judge. And yeah, we pulled together funds, like each investor on their own could invest in individual creators. And then we also pulled together a grand prize fund that the team voted on at the end for the that just got sent to the creator in Clout or DeSo. So that was pretty cool, but we tried to get some we tried to contact some people to potentially get investments or a production, more legit production going. But I think that Cloud just had a little bit tarnish on the name. It was just way too early. So a lot of people also just like, we all just had stuff going on in our lives outside of, being addicted to Bitcoin. So yeah, I guess around the same time, I also joined the Not Your Average call, which is this 24-hour call. That's where I first met you.
Yeah.
At least in face-to-face, not on chain.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool. Social experiment, community hangout, all these things at once. Very chill, very dramatic. Everything happened at once. It's going.
Yeah.
Met some Clay Perry, Nirvana, Paul, Wendy, so many people.
Yeah. That was
Jesus, Slava, Jules. Right, you could go on and on, right? So that was really cool to be a pretty big part of that community too, as that developed. It helped, I think, bond a lot of people, realize how real this thing was, and also how international. Like there's people in Australia, there's people in New Zealand, there's people all over Europe.
Yeah.
Lisa Marriott, who we just interviewed.
Yeah. We literally had people joining in from like all around the globe, which was absolutely amazing. And most of those people were like very interesting people in their field, whatever they will be doing. It doesn't matter. But like a lot of people are very like high. Well, you all know who I'm talking about. Like, I mean, you all see each other on the platform. So, but yeah. And you also came to the very first BitCloud event.
That's true. Yeah.
Cloud and Cocktails.
What was that? The first week or second week of June?
Yep. Yeah.
And that was only what, 2 or 3 months in?
June 4, 24. I remember there was 4. It was not the.
We barely knew what was what. Like I think that was maybe a month into Not Your Average. Which,
yes, and it was amazing
going
how
24
many
hours a day. I was going 24 hours a day. That's still like a long time, but.
And then you also played a role in getting Diamond Hands to invest in Clay Perry music. Well, you helped by first streaming the how he did get the BitCloud logo tattoo on his wrist, and then did a picture of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then.
Oh yeah, that whole weekend was crazy. I mean, yeah, first, I don't know which came first, when we went to the club and got the BitCloud song played in the club, but yeah, I don't know how long they've been planning to do that, or if it was pretty spontaneous, but it was just like, yeah, Clay Perry and Wendy are like, we're going all in, like we know something about it.
And as you know, they're still all in. They just got married recently, and it hasn't even been a year. And like DeSo brought 2 people from 2 different countries together, united in marital unit, which I think is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. You have to wonder if they're considering getting a DeSo logo now too, to complement the bit. But that'll be a very OG tattoo to have.
Yes, yeah, those are the OGs tattoo. Those and the BitCloud Pulse on the bot of
That's the OG.
Connor
that's the
Mitchell.
OG. Yeah. That
Yep.
was maybe 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks into BitCloud's existence.
Yeah, that was legendary. So what I know that you were also part of some other projects like Hyped, and would you like to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So Hype was a group that came together around the idea of finding utility in creator coins for artists and actually turn them into social tokens and for social experiences. So essentially it was creating a virtual or online digital concert experience with a live streamed musical experience concert, sometimes paired with like a digital artist or like renderings on screen or to match the music, things like that. We also had a couple NFT drops in there, but essentially it's live in the sense that you made an account on Hyped by making a post on bitcloud.com through your profile, and essentially you go through your profile on Hyped, and it reads the blockchain to see that you posted saying I am this person, and so that way because they knew there wasn't derived keys, there wasn't there's BitCloud identity, but I think, or maybe it wasn't even there then, but anyways, there was concerns about signing in and giving permissions to other people. So this was a way of verifying that you were this account, but without signing in your seed phrase or anything like that on their behalf, which is pretty cool, pretty innovative for the time, and good workaround. But essentially, once you did that, it could read everything about your profile, including which creator coins you bought. So essentially, for each event that we made, there'd be a new profile attached to it. So it'd be Hyped. Typically, it'd be Hyped X. There's also the Hyped account itself, which is still there if you want to go see. But there's Hyped X Mercury, because that was the initial concert was with Mercury, who's awesome, and many of you know.
Out to Mercury, whoop, whoop.
And so the way the ticketing would work would be the founder's reward would be at 99%, or somewhere in 95 to 99%. So most of your purchase, you're not getting back as creator coin. It's going directly to
the creator.
Yeah, to the wallet. And then there also wasn't splits or NFTs back then. So just, they worked out on the side, the CEO, the executive team worked out with the artist on the side, pretty split that I don't know the exact numbers, but like really, really good for doing a show together compared. Anyways, so you buy the creator coin, you get some amount because it's not 100%. You're getting some creator coin, and having that amount, when you're logged into Hyped, it would read that, oh, you held this amount of this creator coin. That gives you access to this event. And then once you bought the coin, you just go back on the site, you click in, and it brings you in and be like a streaming screen, full screen. And then where did you go to those early?
Yes, I went to one of those, and I actually had a tier like lower on the screen. That was then they had like, you can buy tickets, and like based on the price you bought, you can be like closer to the stage or like lower on the stage. So I had one of those, poor millennial boomers club tickets for poor people.
Even in digital life.
Yeah,
but
it was a lot of fun, and it was amazing. And I think it was like a beautiful way to highlight creators and to monetize their stuff. Like Izzy doing live painting of NFT.
Right.
That was also pretty cool. And also, while we're on the topic of this, use cases that we were using back in the day, I know you had some of the ideas about the DeSo DAO coins that we have just had released. So do you mind sharing it with other people who may have not thought about those unusual use cases of DAO coins just yet.
Yeah, sure. And we can, there's a lot to explore, but early things I've thought of and gotten excited about were, since you can mint, and people have tested this, like billions, trillions, quadrillions of these coins,
Yeah.
you can really set up tokenomics or an economy if you really think it out well. So I'm thinking specifically for games, in-game economy. That's one idea I have, where you can earn, maybe get a high score or just hitting certain marks in a game. Say it's like a platformer and you got to reach a certain level. Instead of getting it, back in the day, any game system, you get an in-game currency. They can buy game items. You do that, but you issue DAO coins, and then you can decide a few ways that you can exchange, have utility for those DAO coins. Maybe you could vote on upgrades to the game. You could vote on new skins to be added, like community fan-made skins. There's like a lot of games I play, like if you go onto the Reddits, like people are building out, or like modeling out their own skins for their favorite. If you go to like League of Legends or this game called Brawl Stars. Anyway, so you could do voting, or you could use the DAO coins as literally in-game currency where there's a store. Maybe you can buy, like I said, skins, you could buy potions, whatever, So I think that could be a lot of fun to use in that use case. What was the one we were talking about?
Well, that was one of them. Then the other one was, oh my God, I am blanking right now.
Me too.
So we were reading the Krasenstein post about this, and you started telling me about so the first one was NFT DAO that was mentioned. The trusts. That was one of the you brought up.
I know. Okay, I think it was related to creator. I might have to edit this part out. Hold on, I do want to get to it because it was pretty interesting when we were talking about it. Oh yeah, okay, yes. Oh, tying back into Clout Factor and doing some kind of entertainment.
Yes, the contests and that's right.
So you could do a game show that has a DAO associated with it that people buy into, and those count as that, therefore creating a treasury of funds, right, in that DAO, because people are buying the DAO coins, exchanging DeSo for it. So the DAO treasury DeSo of DeSo, then those DAO coins that they've exchanged them for, you can use as so you set up a game show similar to how we described with Clout Factor, or you would do X Factor, where there's contestants, they perform, and instead of there being a panel of judges, it's holders of these DAO tokens that this is one possibility, is you vote with those tokens. Either you send them to the artist that you think won, or you send them back with a message of some kind, maybe a post. You vote and you burn or back the token back to the DAO profile, and that counts as a vote. And you can weight your vote based on how many you purchase. So it could be skewed, and people could game it in a way, but they'd have to buy tokens or like pull together in some way, maybe form another mini DAO so they could vote for their people. But anyways, that's that. So it's a DAO community vote on who wins, and then the treasury of that, the game show coin that's holding all DeSo uses that to buy creator coin of
those people that
of the contestant, proportional to how they were voted on. And then furthermore, you could distribute those creator coins proportionally back to holders of the DAO coin or something like that, based on how many votes they submitted for that week.
And I really like this idea, because we are gonna have a DeSo's Got Talent show that is coming up with Bad Santa. And if you're watching and you want to bet on who will win once they start submitting, you can definitely do that. I think it would be like a really, really fun way to add even more engagement and fun around the competition. I think it's really, really fun way to do it. And okay, thank you everybody for waiting patiently for me to announce actually who Luca is going to become. And I'm really, really happy to announce that Luca is going to be my co-host of the show, DeSo Through the Eyes of beHODLers. So we actually will bring up a breakdown of a lot of different things, creators, highlights, and all other kinds of things, including analytics and, you know, projects and whatnot. For all of this, stay tuned. And Luca, thank you so much for coming in here. Thank you for taking on this role. I really, really appreciate having you as my partner in crime on DeSo.
And someone who we met in person earlier than most in June in Miami. Pretty cool to have
Yep.
And then again
in San Francisco, and we should plan another one, which is hopefully will be happening in March. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Follow the links of Ready Player One and Matryoshka. You can see it under this video, and we will see you very, very soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.